In the north, they thought they knew all there was to know of war. Until the War of the Rift.
I'm Jack Bennett. I'm one of the co-founders at Oddbug Studio, and we're currently working on Tales of Iron 2, Whiskers of Winter.
While the Southern King hid, Orm and his keep, the Darkwings, cut their bloody trail from frozen north to Winter's Edge.
Obviously, Tales of Iron 2 is a sequel to Tales of Iron 1, and they're all based on our pet rats, or Dan's pet rats. So all of the rats in Tales of Iron 1 are actual real pets, rats that he had roaming around, all with their own characters and that sort of thing. So that's where the main characters kind of came from. But in terms of the game, we wanted to really push our ability with 2D. We wanted to, one, with art, really push the concept of what we could do with 2D and where we could take that sort of level of parallax. And then also in terms of gameplay, what we wanted to create that sort of RPG that we'd always wanted to play. So that was really the driving factors of wanting to make Tales of Iron.
Alone, the warden and his small garrison turned their whiskers to the icy wind. At the end of hope, in a last barrage, they wiped Batkind from the land and memory.
I think my favorite thing about Tales of Iron is probably the combat in the world. So the combat from the second to second is really, intense. You're locked in, you're having to learn what your enemy's doing and respond to that appropriately. And obviously with Tales of Iron 2, we've added in that elemental stuff, so you can really start to build your own way of playing, which is really fun. But obviously the world of Tales of Iron and this sort of semi-medieval rat-filled castles really is something that draws me in, from back in the day with Redwall and Wind in the Willows, that sort of thing.
With no sign of the Darkwings' return, in time, few believed them little more than a fairy's tale. But at Mount Cauldron, time had been all they needed. An old enemy claws free of their icy tomb and hungers for vengeance.
So we've been working on Tales of Iron 2 for 3 years now. So that's from start to finish. We started straight away after Tales of Iron 1. So in total, the Tales of Iron games we've been working on for just over 6 years.
But not all is lost. King Rattus brings north a cause for hope.
Tales of Iron in 3 words: rats, swords, blood.
Placed in the paws of the Warden of the Wastes to raise as his own, a secret of blood never to be told.
I think people playing the games, what I want them to experience from that is I want them to be in the world. I want them to enjoy the time they're having. I want them to start piecing together background stories. I want them to add their own characters to the game. I don't want Tales of Iron to just feel like a game to them. It's a whole world. It's a whole ecosystem. It's different races interacting with each other. It lives and breathes. So I want people to feel like they've lived in that world and that they can see their own character within it.
Now, fate calls for a hero in a murderous screech. And one young rat will answer.
Thank you for watching, and please check out Tales of Iron 2, Whiskers of Winter on Steam now.